Hey guys, Jengar here. Yes, it's been a while. I know I'm back. It was an interesting summer, and I will go into that one of these days. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. I will give you a little bit of insight what this summer has been for us, how it's going with my son, marriage, all that stuff, all that good stuff, and also the bad stuff. Anyway, but in this video, I want to focus on the new patch 1.91. We are looking at a Chinese Gladiator Mark I, and yeah, so a new patch. I mean, like I said before in the last Jabber with Jengar, my last video actually for 3 months, I guess. That the hype was a little bit gone for me, but not playing for a while because of the circumstances I was in has definitely um, made me a little bit hungry again for the game. I mean, flying, as you know, is one of my passions since childhood, and it's great to be back in the cockpit again and to fly. I am not hyped for anything. I'm just looking what's new, and we're gonna play and we're gonna have fun, and that's basically it. We're gonna review the planes and we're gonna see what is what. Of course, most of the planes in the Chinese 3 are copies, and this one is not an exception. This is basically a copy of the Gladiator Mark II of the British. This thing is a reserve plane, so it sits at 1.0 battle rating. It has a decent skin, it looks pretty nice, and you know, this level of planes, the biplanes, is a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed this. I have been an advocate and still are for World War I planes in War Thunder, because the dogfighting and the situational awareness and the control you get from this is very good for your further development as a pilot. As I said, this is a copy of the Gladiator Mark II in the British line. Maximum speed in this plane is slow, we can say, even at 1.0. Maximum speed at sea level in this plane is 322 kilometers an hour without WEP and 330 with WEP. At 4,500 meters, this is 318 kilometers without WEP and 323 with WEP. And finally, at 6,500 meters, still go up to 276 kilometers an hour without WEP and 297 with WEP. In a dive, it is not a fast plane either. Top speed in a dive is 531 before she redlines and 585 before she rips apart. Now, it's not terrible, I have to say, but nothing spectacular. In the control stiffening, this plane stiffens up at 300, you get a big tick, and at 400 it really becomes difficult to control in the roll rate especially. And if you're in a dive then and you want to get out, turn around for example, or roll over, it's gonna be difficult. So it's not a great boom and zoomer, this plane. The guns is it's pretty nice. You are running with 4 times 7.7 Browning machine guns with 500 rounds per gun. Stealth is fine, universal is fine. Those two belts I have used and feel pretty good to me. The plane does have a nice stall speed, so in the vertical maneuvers that's okay. Stall speed is at 80 kilometers an hour, which is good. The firepower, as I said, with the 4 Browning machine guns is also good. Ammo load with the 500 rounds is at this level. It's all right. I mean, most planes have 2 guns at this level, and they usually have 1,000 rounds per gun. But then they only have 2 guns, and this one has 4, and thus that halves your ammunition load. Of course, as you saw just happening, we just got shot in the pilot, unfortunately. We also did a terrible thing, we shot at a plane on fire. I will redeem myself later in this video. Of course, you shouldn't shoot at planes that are on fire, but sometimes shit happens, and in this battle I'm rusty. I'm not as quick in my head as I used to be. But this went better already in the next match. I'll show you that. Anyway, acceleration in this plane, and performance-wise, in a straight line, the acceleration is average. It is not easy to run away in this plane from other planes. You have 4 wings, you have a lot of drag. So yeah, acceleration isn't too great in a straight line. In a dive, it's pretty good. The energy retention in the horizontal is below average. This plane doesn't hold its speed very well in a straight line. And again, well, trying to escape from people is going to be difficult. Your maneuverability is your main advantage there. In the vertical, the energy retention is average. Nothing great. The climb rate slightly above average. This plane in a lot of the performance things is quite average, except in one thing. Turn time is excellent. With flaps especially, they only rip off at 500 kilometers an hour, so that's quite good. You can use these flaps without worry of them ripping off almost, because it's just easy to use. And the maximum speeds of this plane are quite slow, so yeah, flaps are excellent on the plane, and that makes the turn time excellent as well. Without flaps, the turn time is already very good as well. The roll rate in the plane is average. It doesn't roll too great. It is not fantastic in that. It's more in the pure turn time and the sustained turn time of this plane. Very nice. Overall maneuverability is good. There is no overheating in this plane from what I've noticed. You can just web to your heart's content. The plane does have web, so doesn't make that much of an issue, but still it's almost 10 kilometers at sea level, so there is that. It is a difference, especially when you're running away and you're trying to press any ounce of speed the plane has out of this plane, any ounce of performance. It does help a little bit. Durability in the plane is decent. It can take a hit or two. It does have its weak spots, obviously, but the plane is pretty sturdy. As I said, it can take a hit or two, but again, or a hit in the wings, or it's quite, it's still lethal, let's say. The plane is mainly a turn fighter, which is quite capable at that, but it doesn't have a lot of leeway, and it's quite a specialized plane in the sense that it is mainly turn fighting. And of course you'll be fighting a lot of double deckers as well, like the Buffalo here, which is a much superior plane to me, but of course even rusty, I am quite good at this dog fighting and the use of the camera. I am able to get him into my guns here. Unfortunately, only getting a hit, trying to get the guns on target again. As he focuses on somebody coming up to him, I managed to shoot off the left wing there and shoot down a Gladiator. We are immediately attacked by an I-15, and again making good use of the turning capabilities of this plane. Taking it into the vertical after this plane is going to be difficult, but my stall speed is really paying off here. Was already starting to fall out of the sky when I managed to shoot a wing off there. We have another plane in the neighborhood here, and as you see, it is mainly maneuvering, using the maneuverability of the plane to good use to avoid incoming planes. There were of course also a few other planes in the neighborhood as we fought these 3-4 guys here, and we basically beat them with this group of flayers. This guy being shot down by the P-66 there, which is one of the other new planes in the 3 for the Chinese 3, which is quite interesting, I have to say. It is most of it is copy paste, but a new 3 is always fun. And it is time to visit some of the old-time favorites. It is really a mix, the Chinese 3, of some Japanese planes, some, but mostly American, and some British, and some Soviet planes. There is a lot of stuff in there that they used, and that we will get an opportunity to fly in this 3. So it is for people who are starting new to the game. It might actually be a 3 you might want to go for, as it mixes a lot of the planes up. But yeah, for me, on the other hand, I would personally pick for one of those other countries. There is little original stuff in this 3 to go for, basically. And I don't know if this is true for the tank 3 as well. I mean, you know me, I'm a pilot, I'm a pure pilot, and I will not play tanks. Here! Here we go. I am being a brave, nice, sweet little boy. I'm not shooting at the plane on fire here, and that is fantastic. Somebody behind me is though, and he finally gets the kill. But yeah, I redeemed myself. Don't shoot at the plane on fire. Be a gentleman. We got 3 kills in that last match. We're the first place in the team. Let's see what kind of rewards we got for that performance. We've got the best squad, Terror of the Sky, and Bulletproof. We've got, well, 7,500 Silver Lions and 2,500 research points. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, the China tree is definitely a tree I'm gonna look at. I haven't made any videos in the last 3 months, so I am not gonna have the Silver Lion support from Gaijin to get me the jets and stuff like that, the higher up stuff. So I'm gonna have to be patient for now. I'm gonna have to make a few videos, and then I'm gonna see what I can get from the partnership program at that point. But it's probably gonna be a week or two fooling around in the Chinese tree, maybe an Italian plane here or there. But yeah, I'm limited right now for support in that sense, and I don't have a lot of spare income right now for spending a lot of money to get that jump myself. So we're gonna have to see when it comes to that. I'm gonna go for the China tree for now, and I'm gonna see what I got left from the last patch as well, because I haven't played any of that stuff yet. I have some video stand almost ready, because I was flying back then, as I said in the last jabber with Jengar. So I do have some material that I can make a few videos fairly quickly from some old materials. And I did spend some of the Golden Eagles I got back then from Gaijin. So I do have some planes spaded up and ready to go for a video. So there is nothing going on there. We should have enough planes ready for some original and newer content. Of course, the old patch, you guys probably already have all the planes unlocked, but I'm going to give my view on them anyway. And of course, a lot of China stuff coming in, and we'll see what we can unlock further in a few weeks when I can ask Gaijin the partnership program for some support. Anyway, but this plane is a Gladiator Mark II from the British tree, copied into the Chinese tree. It's a fun plane. I love biplanes, as you know, and I think you can have fun in this plane. It is definitely not superior to the I-15s and some of the other options in the reserve tree here. I would probably choose the I-15 bis if I had to make a choice between the two reserve planes of China. But you could definitely use the Gladiator. It's a fun plane, and flying different planes makes you better. So I would go for all of them and try to get a taste of them. But guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.